Salute, people. We here live. Fred White, Tales from the Pen. If you're new to the channel, go down and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell notification, and then make sure that the bell is shaded in. This way, anytime I do a video, you will know about it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about, I'm waiting for a couple more people to come in the room because this is live. Today we're going to talk a little bit about special housing units in New York State. Salute, Coyote. Shut up and laugh. Feelings International. What's going on? Smash them likes, people. Smash them likes. Let's go hit that like for me. Chill Will, good morning, man. Good morning. Chill Will, no donations here, man. You know, I'm going to start telling everybody if they're going to donate, just hit the Cash App. Tales from the Pen, because YouTube takes like 30%. So anytime you donate, you're donating there too. You understand? So I know you donate. I love you. I appreciate you, brother. But anybody who wants to donate, Cash App is Tales from the Pen, just like the channel. So today we're going to talk a little bit about S Blocks, Big Rich, Jabari, Kenneth, Dr. Def, 20 if you make a foul shot live. Oh, that's all day. Look, you see the form? That's how you know somebody could play. You know what I'm saying? You could see the wrist. You know, you ever see like actors when they're acting in certain movies or something, you're just like, it just, like Karate Kid, right? I love Cobra Kai. We watch it. It's a fun thing. $4.99. Smash that like. Nah. All love. Well, shit, Will, I appreciate it. I just want to let you know that they getting 30 of that. You see Karate Kid, right? You could tell, like, in real life, he would have had no chance in a real karate tournament, Ralph Macchio, right? We love Ralph Macchio. Love Cobra Kai. Love the Karate Kid. But when you could see the form, so you could tell, you know what I mean? Or you get like even Omar Epps in like Love and Basketball. You could tell like he wasn't. I'll bust Omar Epps anyway. So Lil Mario, salute. Eugene, Joanna, Eric, Dean, Crystals, Gaming, salute. Kenneth, Big Rich. Yeah, if I don't get to everybody, I'm going to start getting into Tori's time. So, I did a little chronological series. I left off maybe like 2 months ago where I caught a year in the box. Shout out to Ozone Park. Wesley Snipes, White Man Can't Jump. Wesley Snipes can play a little basketball though, Kenneth. I beg to differ with you there. You could see a little bit that Wesley had a little sports. You understand what I'm saying? So I had caught some box time. Now again, I don't want to glorify anything. You guys know I don't glorify all this stuff. I hated that life. I hated the penitentiary. I hated prison. That's why I do this. This is why I talk to people. This is why I put these videos up. For non-glorification purposes only. Educational purposes only. I just like to tell these stories so that these kids really understand the life that could be waiting for them. And also, obviously, for entertainment for people who just like to hear the stories. Right? But you guys know that's my main goal was the kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I ended up cutting somebody, and I got a year in the box. Okay? Got a year in solitary confinement. So now I'm thinking I'm going to Southport, which is usually where everybody, the long-term keep lock type, SHU, you're going to Southport. But what happened was they started with these new things called S blocks. Okay? Special housing units, right? But they were called S blocks. S blocks or 200. Special housing units, 200. S blocks 200 boxes, whatever. It was like 200 double bunk cells. And they were starting this new pilot-ish program. Okay? So I was on, they sent me there, which was actually closer for my family, because Southport, is like 5-6 hours away, whatever. It's like, up north, far. Where Fishkill was closer for the family. It was only like an hour or something like that. So it was better that way. But so when we got off the bus, it was like, I think 13, 14 of us. My boy D Block, you guys know, rest in peace to D Block, my brother Darius Gilbo. You guys know, I did a video on him for my subscribers and people who know when I put the rest in peace to D Block back in June or July. It was me, Darius, AD, Big Born from Uptown. It was Splish Splash. It was Fire. It was like I knew, like, because it was a very select few of us. So we all got cool, like, on the bus on the way there type thing, okay? My man Rick, Kendrick Tomlin, he got murdered a couple of years ago on Gates and Patchen. And the Gates and Patchen little development they got right there. You know what I'm saying? He got murked over there. But my man Rick, like, there was a lot of people there that I knew too, from Kaksaki or just through the biz, and we ran into each other like, oh, okay, so we go into this place. They split us, everybody up. 10 more likes, that's right, stop playing. They split everybody up. We all come in, we all shackled and chained to our waist. And they put like a little black box there so you can't move your hands off your waist. That black box, by the way, was created by a prisoner. Yeah, a prisoner made that, patented it, and Department of Corrections, good job. Anyway, so they shackled, you got the chains on your feet, leggings, everything, okay? They bring you to your cell, okay? They uncuff the bottom, they do your feet, you're still on the wall. Then they uncuff the chain, and they tell you put your hands on the wall. Look, boom, now you're still cuffed though. Hands to the wall. Now, they tell you, back into the cell or whatever. Turn, boom, back into the cell. The door of your cell closes, bang. There's a little window, and then there's what's called a feed-up slot. A feed-up slot is something they pop open, and they slip in your mail, they slip in your food, they slip in whatever they need to give you so they don't have to open that door. Now, you still have those cuffs. Are you with me? Now that when they open that slot, they say, put your hand through and then they uncuff you. They close the thing, boom, turn around, you got 2 bunks right here, bang, bang. Now to the left right here, follow me, you have a little mirror on the wall, which is just not even, it's just some metal that it's not really a mirror. And then they have a sink and the toilet connected, one piece, big silver thing. You got your water button on there, okay. Then along the wall, they have a little desk with a chair, maybe 2. Yeah, it's 2 chairs, 2 things that are bolted, metal bolted, they can't move, that you can sit on. It's a little desk, maybe you want to write or where you want to eat at. And then in the back, you have your shower in the cell. So at first I was like, oh shit, went to the shower. It didn't open. They control it from the bubble. It's a central tower, and they could look up everything. They could see everything. Everything was cameraed. When you walked in here, this was a different type of jail. I wasn't used to jails that having cameras everywhere. And I walked in, I'm on surveillance ASAP, right away. Boom, boom, boom. I'm on, it's like, oh shit, surveillance everywhere. They monitor, like, it's like, oh shit, this is different. This is different here. So the shower's back there that they control up in said bubble. They press the button, turn your shower on, certain times, In the back, salute. I'm just going to keep talking, y'all. I'm not going to pay attention to messages. So in the back of the cell, it was also a little door in the back that they buzz. And when you open that door, you step out onto a little porch, maybe like 6 feet, and the whole thing is brick on each side. So you stepping out from your cell, On this whole side is all red brick. On this side is all brick. And you could just look out a gate. Like an animal. You're already treated like an animal, but it's what it is. So, salute. Okay, Eugene. So you know how Wildcat Saki was. I was there too in the 90s, in 90, 91, 92. Anyway. So in the back of the cell is a door. You can't open it, like I said. You just step out onto this thing now. You don't know who your neighbors are. You can... The thing about this S blocks is that if you didn't get a visit, you would never see, or your neighbor would never see what you even look like. You would never see anybody. Only when, you can just know people's voices. Because you would never see. It's not like you could look at another. It's not like that. It's not like there's a window and you can look across. No, outside your cell is the wall. There's nobody across you could talk to. None of that. Facts. Hit that likes, man. I don't even understand why I got less than half the likes that the people are in here. So, in the back is that. Okay, now, this was type of different shit. This was different over here. Everything was monitored. Everything was surveilled. The only thing they didn't have was actual cameras in the cell. But even when you stepped out on your porch and the gate is here, there are light posts. And on those light posts, there are cameras watching you in your rec pen. This is a fact. I'm just trying to show these kids that this is the life you want to live. It's crazy. So, my first few weeks there were very, very adventurous. And my tumultuous time eventually ended there because the police saved me. Let me explain. JC, salute. I was telling everybody, JC, donations, Tales from the Pen, Cash App, because YouTube takes 30% of that. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. But I appreciate the love, JC. Thank you. So, where was I? So, everything was surveilled except, inside the cell, things like that. Okay? So, smash that like. Yeah, smash that like for me, man. Let's go. Now, even in your rec pen, you were surveilled. Okay? They were watching you. That's how it is. Okay? So now my first bad incident in there was with the police, right? I had a couple of them. In the first few weeks, and again, I was saved by another officer. I will explain that. So, I've said this story before, but I have a lot of new subscribers, so they tried to bring somebody in my cell, short version of it. They tried to bring somebody in my cell. When I looked out the window, I seen the guy, they were taking his stuff off, and he was putting his hands, look, on the wall. I looked, do you smoke? And he said he smoked. And I didn't want no smoker. I didn't want a smoker in my cell. One thing about those S blocks is they tried to keep it segregated. Okay? They tried to keep it, they tried. Sometimes it didn't happen, but they tried to keep it segregated. I noticed that. Anyway, so he was a white guy. You smoke? He said, yeah. I said, he can't come in my cell. They said, because here's the protocol. They come to your cell and they say, hey, go to your rec pen in the back of the cell that I was telling you. You buzz your door, you step out into the rec pen, you close the door. Now you're out in the rec pen by yourself and you're looking through your door window to see who's coming in your cell. So when they open your door to let him in, then they unchain him, close the door, they'll buzz your cell, you open your door, you come in. Hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Some dudes, they may have beef. He may see the dude and be like, okay, and go out to this rec pen and wait for him. And as soon as that door buzz open, they get it popping. Police there or not. Like, the police is going to hear it, so, obviously you're going to stop it. But the police, that's the thing in this S blocks. If you beating somebody up and you guys killing each other, they're not opening that cell. Because you are not leaving that cell until you are cuffed. In other words, if they start banging right there, boom, 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 all the police going to do is sit there and watch. They're not going to tell the tower, hey, open this cell. No. So when you're in there banging, it's for life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know, you do something, it's for life. Like, if that's what you choose. If you can understand what I'm saying, because nobody's going to save you. Because again, they are not allowed to open this said door without you being cuffed. So they're not going to be like, hey, open the door, let's rush in. No. They're going to say, all right. They're going to go get suited up, which means they're going to put their gear on, get their riot gear, get their pepper spray, get their shields, get whatever they come into the cell. By that time, motherfucker be dead. Motherfucker be dead. So sometimes the people you let in the cell is a life and death decision. As crazy as it sounds. Some of these people that you may let in this, it could be a life and death decision. Which has happened before. It's happened a lot. Cellmates kill cellmates. It's just the way it goes. So, when I didn't let this guy in my cell, they came in, you know, I sprayed the floor with water and soap and shit so they come in and slip. But it was just, you know, just to fuck with them. I know they was coming to get me. Because I refused to go to the rec pen. That's the thing. They could not open that door until I'm in the rec pen. Because I could just rush out. They cannot open that door until I go out into the rec pen. I'm not going in the rec pen, so you're not opening my door. This is the mentality I had, man. This is the mentality I had. They came in, they fucked me up. Hog-tied the motherfucking shit. They did that twice, but the second incident, now they starting to fill up the cells, everything. The second incident, this is right in the beginning too, like the first 2-3 weeks. My neighbor, we used to play chess back and forth. Look, I'm getting in the scene. That's what I'm doing. You see, I'm getting in the scene right now. We used to scream through the vent, and we used to play chess. Okay? I'm telling you, there's so many talented people in the penitentiary. He made chess pieces out of soap, state soap, called Kraft. He would shape the pieces. And he also used to do it with toilet paper and mold them. And make them look like chess pieces, pristine. You know, so anyway. I had my own little fake ass board with papers. I wasn't good like that. So he made a set for me. With soap, and it took time, man. Boom, setting pieces up. Now, how do you play chess back and forth? You may say, Fred, but he's not even in your cell. How the fuck? What happens is each one is labeled. So say it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you would be like, you know, A4 to B3. So you'd move that piece and then wait for his response. His response is B2 to C, you know what I'm saying? Take horse, whatever the fuck. And you guys yell back and forth, and you're playing both sides. You have 2 sets. So you're playing when he says, you know what I mean? And you got to play. It's nothing to do in there. You lose your mind in there, in solitary confinement. All types of sensory deprivations. This is what we did to pass time. Play chess. Play solitaire. I wasn't really with too much solitaire or nothing like that. Read books. But the chess, this is what it was. So they came when a search, when they come on a search, they take you out. They chain you, take you out in front, and then you come back and your cell is always fucking a disaster, even though you don't really have too much property. You don't have any property really in the box. But like regular cell, like a regular cell search in jail, they come back, you come back to it, oh, your cell's all fucked up. You feel violated. You come back to your cell, you had it all nice, you come back from program, and your cell is just tossed. Mattress over by the toilet, pictures of, like, this is what they do. And you come in and you feel violated, like somebody done robbed your house. But this is what you put yourself in when you do dumb shit and go to jail. Facts. So, they bring me back to my cell, take the chains off, boom, back in the cell. Now, as I'm closing and I'm looking, I see my pictures. They got some pictures I had. You can only have 10 pictures. I had thousands, but you can only have 10 in the box at this time. I don't need people saying, well, Fred, it's 80 now, and I'm saying then. I'm telling you. You could only take 10 pictures with you in that cell, in the box. So you pick, when you're coming in and going through property and they're putting everything that came in. It's called the I-64. They dump your shit. You have 5 pairs of sneakers. So that when you leave, you have the same thing. You don't go to a jail and you have nothing and you can say, yeah, my I-64 said I have 5 sneakers. Where are they at? And then you can put in a claim. You pick out 10 pictures during that process. You can have like 2 books or whatever. I would always take my Bible because inside my Bible, I would always have my addresses. Inside the Bible, you got to have the addresses and your phone numbers that you need. Because the Bible, they can't take that. That's your religious material. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. That's where the numbers go. That's where the addresses go. Because, who fuck remembers people's address? The Bible does. You know what I'm saying? The Bible sees all. So you take your Bible, you take the 10 pictures, and you go. Sometimes, I've told this story before, and each time I do it, I get emotional because it's like reliving this nightmare. Thank you. It's reliving this shit. So sometimes my voice gets a little crazy because it's like I try to get into scene to show you, to portray an image, to portray, my life. And sometimes it gets to me as I do it, man. That's why I don't really do too much. But anyway, I'm doing it for you guys. So as I'm looking and I see my pictures, I only got a couple. They all ripped up. I see it in the toilet bowl as the door's closing. I'm still chained. I'm still cuffed. I'm cuffed because I have to put it through the slot when the door closes. Man, I didn't know. I spit. It was just like an instinct. Fuck. Start kicking the door. They're like, man, cuff up. Put your hands out. Give us the key. Put the cuffs out. I'm like, man, you're not getting nothing. As if I'm hurting them by keeping my cuffs. Those who've been in this scenario, I get emotional, I'm telling you. Those who've been in this understand, and the people who've been through this type of struggle looking at me and like, okay, now we get it, Fred. Now we get it. I said, man, I'm not giving you these handcuffs. Because that they need the handcuffs. I have to put it through and I have to be released. I'm cuffed in my cell. It's hurting me. But they want it. So I'm like, man, fuck y'all. You fucking rip my pictures up. Rip my shit up. I spit on the glass again. On the glass in my cell. Fuck away from my... Like, I just was raged. You ain't have to violate my shit like that. You want to split, huh? You don't want to give back cuffs? Fuck away from my cell. Now what? Boom. Just like that. Okay, here they come again for the second time. This time it was a little worse, though. This time they came in, they beat the fuck out of me because I spit. The first time they gave me like a ticket, it was like creating a disturbance or some dumb shit or refusing to direct order. It wasn't as serious. Maybe they gave me another 30 days or something, 60 days, some shit like that. They came in now, even though I was trying to swing. They just came in, rushed me, fucked me up, beat the fuck out of me. Beat me up, stomped me. They hog-tied me, man. They like dragged me so everybody else could see, on that tier. Like they dragged me like, you ever see how a rotisserie, I'll never forget this shit, man. You ever see how a rotisserie pig is, yo? Like that. Just like that. And drag me. Anyway, so So, you know, they did what they did. Threw me back in the cell. I was fucked up, though. I couldn't really move, man. Like, I was pretty much in and out of consciousness. Like, they fucked me up. And nobody could help me. Nobody could do nothing. Next morning, the nurse come. I'll never forget this shit, man. And I'm like, finally, somebody gonna save me because I know my ribs is broke. I know this. I could barely move. I was fucked up. She tell me to put my arm out. I could barely put my arm out. I might even be cut. I don't even remember. But she put the blood pressure thing. You know what I'm talking about? The blood pressure thing. She put that on me. Took that off and was like, okay, he's good. Closed the gate up and I'm like, whoa, good. I can't even breathe. My ribs broke. But they're not gonna take me to the hospital. They're not gonna take me there. My face was fucked up. And they wouldn't let me even write a letter to let my family know. My neighbor, I had to get the letter to him to let my moms and my family know what the fuck was going on in this prison. Yeah, I had to let them know because they wouldn't let me. Because what happened is, even that Saturday, you can only get visits there at this time. You can only get visits on Saturday nights. It was like maybe from 5 to 9 or 5:30, something like that. Again, don't quote me on it. People saying, he wasn't there. It's from 5:30. I don't, you know, get the message. It was Saturday nights, man. That's it. Yeah, it's all good, man. Please, yeah, hit that like button, man. I'm here sharing my life with you guys, man, being real. This is the realest shit I've ever... I get emotional talking about this shit, man. As you guys see, this ain't fucking fake stage, nothing. This is real life. So I appreciate it. And again, anybody, you know, you don't have to donate. Cash App, Tales from the Pen. Anyway, so I was supposed to get to visit that Saturday night, and I never got it. But I know my family don't miss visits. Somebody's coming. You only got it once a week. Somebody's coming every Saturday to visit me. No question. When I didn't get that visit, I knew. I'm like, they don't want her. And that's what happened. They told her she came, and they told her something about some security thing that was going on in the jail, and they send her away. And like, you know, they just spun her, and what could she do at 6 o'clock at night? And then she couldn't visit me. But she knew something wasn't right either, you know what I mean? You know, moms have that, like, something's not right thing. Like, I know something's going on with you. You know, rest in peace to my mom. And so my mom knew. My mom started making phone calls. Then she got that letter that I got out through my neighbor because they wouldn't let me do nothing. They even put me on the loaf. The loaf was like a little piece of bread. It was like a little loaf. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was like just a bread. It had like cabbage and it was just this hard thing. It was like a brick though. It wasn't like a loaf of bread. You're like, oh, a loaf of bread was disgusting materials, leftover shit. And it was like a brick. You could literally, and they gave you that once a day. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember in that incident, they turned my water off. Right outside the cell, there's the door that they can open and turn your water off. You can't even flush your toilet because your water's off. I mean, this is the type of things that go on in these boxes. These are the type of things that go on in the penitentiary. And this is why I come on here and I don't glorify this shit. Because I suffered, man. I'm still suffering from the shit that went on then. Why? I mean, I made my own choices. I made my own decisions. I'm not victimizing myself. I'm not here, oh man, please feel bad for me. Nah, that's not what this is. If that's what you think, you got Fred White wrong. I'm just trying to show you what really happens in there, what really goes on. You know, in this boxes. So eventually, an officer saved me, right? I started out with that one. Let me tell you what happened. So they're doing a chow in the morning, and dude opens my saying I'm getting the milks and whatever they about to bring in. I'm about to pass it to my boy, bro, whatever. I see Rizzo. That was his name. His name was Officer Rizzo. Now Rizzo was with me in another jail. He was an officer. Rizzo was the coolest police. Now dudes who've been in jail will understand there are cool, not everyone know the police is not like that. Not just like real life, right? I mean, you have dickheads, you have, some of them was cool. Riz was the best. Riz used to walk around with his papa's collar, push, like he would go out his way to try to help you. Like if other police was like on that setting shit up, he'd be like, nah, like I've seen, like he was a good dude. He got kicked out of the facility he was in because he was banging an officer, and her husband also worked there. So it was like all three of them are officers, and it was crazy. So when he was the steady officer in this one house. I was there for like 3 straight years. So, and he was the steady. So, and he used to let us play cards all night. Like this was just, you know what I'm saying? If package, whatever the fuck you need. Like he would bring in food. You know what I'm saying? He bring in food for everybody. Like he was a good dude. That's what I'm trying to say. So not everybody. I seen him. I was like, he was like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, oh man, they got me caught up, blah, blah, blah. About 5 minutes later, he comes back, pops the thing, starts giving us more food. You know what I'm saying? And I had been involved, like I said, in that incident. And then there was one other one right before Riz came into the picture. I had a bunkie, this guy named Joe Morrow. Morrow, I'm not sure how he spells it. That's his name, Google it, NYS stated, whatever. So he's a white dude, he was from upstate, right? Bald head dude, whatever. He was telling me that he was in there for robbery. And they had got his DNA when he went through a window and the blood or something like that, and he got caught, or burglaries. He was for a bunch of burglaries or something. He, as a 3-time loser, they gave him 25, whatever, some shit he was telling me. Now, at this time, the websites just started to pop up. Well, you could Google a motherfucking shit and check his name and what it is, right? And everybody know, don't go running for forever, it's not my name. But anyway, so you could Google. So it was something funny about this dude. He always talked about weed and trying to get a pen pal, so he's going to teach her. He didn't even have the pen pal yet. He didn't even have her yet. And he's like, but when I do, I'm going to get her, and I'm going to teach her how to grow the weed, and then she could smuggle it into me. This guy's fucking mind was weird. Salute Island. GH, I saw you before too, brother. I'm just trying to stay in mode. So, like, something's weird. So, I told my family, I wrote on whatever, I'm like, yo, check this guy out, because then they was able, I just found out about this website. I'm like, check this guy's name out. Boom. It came back, he raped, murdered. I was like, oh. So he raped and murdered a lady, upstate New York. Yeah. So he's my bunkie. So my family's telling me this on a visit. I'm like, what? I don't know if I was level 1. Level 1, you stay in your handcuffs and everything. So, might not have been at it. But anyway, so I go back to the cell. I'm like, he cannot stay. He's got to go, man. He got to go. He raped and murdered. That's what his charge is. Now, and he had told me already. See, that's the thing. He had told me already about the burglaries and that the blood got caught when he went through a window. You understand? So he had made up this whole story, but that was the truth, except he went in and raped and murdered her. That's how they got his DNA. You see, he left that part out. He got to go. Motherfucking right. He had to go. He was sitting there on that set table I told you about with the metal chair that can't move. And he was like in his, maybe writing a letter. I don't know what he was. I know he was writing a letter. I do remember that part. He had to go. But hold that. You know what I mean? I may or may not have hit him with something. I don't really remember. I just what I'm trying to tell you, the PTSD, like, I don't remember what happened. I do know that he was laid out on the floor, knocked the fuck out. His head hit the toilet when that's the truth. What? Look, he slid off the thing. Look, I'm smiling now because it's not something that's funny, but fuck that dude. He raped and killed. He murdered and raped her. Are you kidding me? Anybody who's sitting here like, oh, feeling bad for him, do me a favor, unfucking like and get out my check. Beat it. Go. His head hit the toilet and all that shit. I'll never forget that shit. You know what I mean? But the one thing I will say about him is he did not tell on me as far as, you know what I mean? They know. They knew already. You know what I'm saying? They knew something happened. His face all, this side fucked up. This side fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He said he fell and hit his head and some shit. He passed. I'm like, man, this dude just passed out. I don't know what the fuck happened, man. He just passed. He needs medical something. He needs medical. I don't know what the fuck. Got him the fuck up out of there. And then that's when I got with my boy D-Block. Because my man D-Block, he was from Queens. We had came in together. My man Darius, it's Darius Gilbo. Rest in peace to Darius, man. It's my brother. And you guys know I already did a rest in peace. I did a whole video, remember? To my subscribers. I just did it. It was like in June or July, a few months ago. I did a rest in peace to D-Block. That was my boy Darius, man. He got murdered on Rockaway Boulevard, man, 148th Street, something like that. Rest in peace to Darius. So Darius was down a few cells, and he had something. His neighbor, his bunkie, something happened to his bunkie too. You know what I'm saying? So, and me and Darius we've been telling him, yo, let us bunk together, because Darius, again, we came together. You know what I'm saying? Darius was a cool dude. And I used to get the newspaper. I used to get the USA Today. When you get the USA Today in there, you get it the next day. So on Monday or Tuesday, I would get Monday's paper, Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always a day or two lagged. But when you're in solitary confinement and you have nothing, it's fucking news of the day. It doesn't matter. And I used to always send it, make my sheet, rip the sheets, rip parts of the sheets, and make myself a fishing line. Yeah. And use the toothpaste. We used to flatten the toothpaste thing. And I'll send the line out, right? You tie all the line together and you slide it under, because you only got a little bit under your door. You slide it under the door. And then he does the same thing from his cell. And they entangle. And we slow, get it hooked. And now one of us, now we have it. I'll tie on what I need to tie on and slide it to him. So I used to do that with the newspaper every day. So eventually they said, fuck it, this guy, something happened in his bunk, whatever. They put me and Darius together. And then me and Darius was like bunkies for like a year together. Like 8 months, something like that. You know what I mean? And that's when Rizzo came into play. And then Rizzo just started looking out for us as far as like giving us, and he knew some of the other officers too, you know what I'm saying? And he told me, yo, leave him alone type shit. I'm telling you. Because it wasn't the inmates. You know what I mean? A little beef, whatever. That got handled always. I tell you, I tried to throw salt in the dude's face with the chains. Me and my man Rick from Gates and Patchen, who got murdered. And Rick tried to headbutt him type shit, not throw salt in his face. That's a whole other incident in the box or on the visit. Let's see if I can give you all of this. I don't know how much time we up here. Anyway, so me and Darius, we were locked in. Me and Darius was cool, both from Queens, both. And a lot of dudes thought Darius was gang related. Darius was light skinned. Darius had the big brolic chain, long. He used to keep the long braids, like. So all all the certain gangs, they loved Darius. Darius was a money getting dude. Darius had been knocked 4 or 5 times with weed in jail. Like he was always. This time he was in there. Him and somebody went knife to knife in Clinton Yard. You know what I'm saying? Darius had a couple of stabs in his head and everything. But dudes thought Darius was gang related. So, you know what I'm saying? So I used to get because the reality is, I knew about the gangs. I knew about it. You know what I'm saying? But when I went to the box, because I was in little mediums and shit. When I went to the box, though, I really seen, like, wow, how much it had blown up. started from Rikers Island. This was 98 now. I seen the deer. I'm like, oh shit. Because the little mediums I was in, I knew and was cool with some of them. Had come up from Rikers Island, like my man Twin. It was like my brother. He went down to the island, came back, blood. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? He said, you don't know what's going on in Rikers Island. This was his aspect of it. And then other dudes that were there that I knew, I didn't even know was blood. I'm like, oh shit, this dude, what's this? Then my man Benetton came. Shout out to Benetton from Coney Island. I love Benetton. That's my boy. I wish I can get in touch with Ben. Anybody know Benetton in Coney Island? Get at me. So, Benetton. So it was a lot of blood. But then 98, when I was in the box, I seen it. Because in the medium I was in, it was like 6 of them. 5, 6, something like that. It wasn't. And when I went to the box, every fucking cell. It was some Latin king. And when they got on it, then all the bloods, did they roll call? They were doing roll call and all that shit. Peace, whatever they were saying. I was like, oh, shit. I realized, yo, this gang shit done went crazy. That's when I really realized how serious it was, to tell you the truth. Because the little spot I was in, it was only like 5 of them. 6, maybe. It's cool with all of them. I'm just saying. When I went to the box and I seen what was going on, it's crazy. So Rizzo eventually, now only people to give out the food was the police. At the time, there were no porters. They started letting me out. Rizzo got me out of my cell, which was cool because Darius, you know what I'm saying? When you're living with somebody 24 hours a day, you get on each other's nerves, no matter who, brothers, it doesn't fucking matter who it is. You can never be all hunky-dory fucking, it doesn't work like that in the box. No matter how much it's your brother, your family, you're gonna clash sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Or when you're locked in a cell with somebody 24 hours a day, Sloop, you know, you don't have no privacy. You know what I'm saying? The only privacy you have is like, I'm gonna tell you, me and Darius left level 1. We went to level 2, level 3. So in the back of the cell, like I said, the porch, when you reach level 3 or level 2, it stays open a little bit. You might get level 1, you might get a half hour. Level 1, 2, you might get an hour. I'm not even sure. Level 3, your door stays open for 2 hours. So you have that breeze and the fresh air. It's like a big deal. You know what I mean? So that's what we would do. Like if it was an hour, say. The first half hour, I would take my shit, do what I got to do. Shower. And go on the porch. Then Darius would come in. And do it here. I don't come in don't come in. You get a half, I get a half. That's how it was. Like we shared it. If you had to use the bathroom, like we tried to use the bathroom, do everything at that time, you try to train your body, it sounds stupid. Because I don't want to shit in the cell what to do. And he was the same way. But if, God forbid, we had to, we would put our sheet up. One on this side, tie it to the bed, just so the thing, and then when you're shitting, you better make sure you keep flushing. Light a match. Back then you could smoke top. So we used to just have matches. Neither one of us smoked that. We have matches. You light the match, and it just gives off that burned cell, but it smells, but you rather have that than the shit. So when they said, Rizzo said, you want to come out, kid? I'm like, do it. He's like, they had the Zamboni-ish machine. Like, I liken it to the Zamboni on the ice. It was like a machine. Not the buffer. I was a master with that. You know, the buffer with the red pads, the white pads, the black pads. No. This was a machine that you pressed and it released water and it released, and it was a machine. They're like, come out. Boom. I'm like, all right, bet. I started coming out. From anybody that was in Fishkill, because this was the first SHU block. This was like the experiment. This was like the one they first started. Anybody that was there from 98 to 99 would tell you only 2 people came out. Fred and this light-skinned tall kid named Maine. He was from Brooklyn. He was, you know, with gang related. Never know what happened to him. I'm just saying. We were the only 2 people to come out. They used to let me out and I used to do this. And then when they used to do cleanup, cell cleanup, I'd be the one to come around with the mops, with the buckets, with the rags, and that's how I used to make moves, though. Also, you know what I'm saying? That's how I used to make moves because, like, just say, like my man Rick, I told you that got murdered, rest in peace, on Gates and Patchen a couple years ago, Kenrick Tomlin. He was getting the bag. He was getting the weed. Him and both Darius too. But when Darius didn't go down and get the weed, Rick would have it. You know what I'm saying? So Rick would be on another tier though. But I knew Rick from the island. I knew Rick from Kaksaki. Rick was my guy. This is my boy. This is the one I told you headbutted the kid and like threw the saw. But anyway, so Rick, just say it would be different. Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate you. Scientology, thank you. So Rick would be on a different tier. Now, if you had clean up on this tier, just say Monday, upstairs might not be till Wednesday or something. So, you know what I mean? So what I would do is I would go up, all right? And I would do the machine through the whole jail, the Zamboni machine. So I would go by Rick's cell, just say he had weed for Darius or however it worked, you know what I'm saying? Or I had weed to give to, you know what I'm saying? To say I had to give weed to Rick. I got it on me. It would be walking, the police would be right next to me. We on fucking camera, okay? You can't just slide under the feet up slot is the only way to put something in. So we'd have this shit playing. I would walk past, I'd be like, what? You want the rag? I'm just gonna give him this rag real quick to wipe. You want to wipe? Okay. I'm just gonna give him this rag real quick. It's already, look. Look, I'm even so much in fucking scene. Look where my hand is. You see? I'm so much in scene right now, in this fucking moment. That's how you know somebody's fucking lying. But anyway, hand right? I'm just gonna open this shit real quick. Like, he don't have no cleanup, no, he didn't sell, not supposed, it's not supposed. But yeah, all right. With the rag, all right, boom, it's boom. I grab the rag, it's in the rag, boom. And he'll wipe whatever down. All right, thank you. I don't act like I know him or fucking nothing. Keep going. Same thing would be the same type thing if he got to get something to my, to my boy. 'Cause I didn't really smoke like that. We do the same thing. Put the rag on. All right, bro, thank you. I put it to the side or I put it, you know what I'm saying? I make sure I know which rag it is. Boom, get that back. Like I'm just putting you guys a day in the life. You know what I'm saying? That the police, I'm going to be honest, the police is the one that saved me, man, because them police act like they wanted to kill me in that jail. Peace, man. The police act like they wanted to kill me in that spot. And Rizzo, they let him, man. I'm telling you. I could probably mention that. I mean, there's no way he's probably retired by now. It's 20 years ago. So I'm just telling you, you know what I mean? Like, this is the jail. This is how it was. Then I lost my porter status or whatever. I lost me coming out. I would only come out like a couple days a week. It wasn't like every day. You know what I'm saying? But it also gave my bunkie time for some freedom for him. You know what I'm saying? Because you smell the next, you need that separation sometimes. So that's what ended up happening. And then me and Darius ended up from level 3. We got shipped down to level 1 because they ran up in our cells, man. They ran up, and Darius, anybody that know D-Block, anybody know Darius? Darius was the weed. That was his thing. And Darius always got knocked. Darius had been knocked like 3 different times for dirty urines, and 1 time on the visit, getting drugs. Like, he had a new charge and everything. So, this is how it works in the penitentiary. If you get a dirty urine, they may give you 30 days keep lock. They might give you 30 days locked in your cell. Second dirty urine might be 90 days. Your third dirty urine might be 6 months. Your fourth is going to be a year. You understand? Like, it goes up. The levels to it goes up. You with me? So what happened was they ran up. We were on a visit. And dudes came down and like, yo, they're in your cells. I'm like, oh, fuck. And we had a little hoot shit going on, too. We made with some juice and shit, right? So, my past life people. So, I knew. I'm like, damn. So, when we got back to the cell, we seen everything was fucked up. And they wrote us up. You know what I'm saying? And I took the weed because if Darius would have took his 5th or 6th weed charge, he's going to get 18 months, maybe 2 years in the box just for the little weed he had, because it was like his fucking... Again, he got knocked 3 times, plus got caught with drugs on the visit. So this would have been like his 5th time, and they would have given him at least 18 months, 2 years in solitary. So I took that. I said, the weed was mine, and he took the alcohol. You know what I'm saying? And then, because it was only my first time, so I knew most they was going to do to me was give me 30 days, something like that. They wasn't going to give me much more. And the crazy part is I was about to get out in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I took that, you know, to save my guy. That's how you... And some people are, oh, Fred, you should... No, that's how it works. He was my brother. We was together 8 months in the same cell. In the same damn bathroom, the size of your house bathroom. That's what we were in for 8 straight months. I can't let him... You know, if he took the weed, because that's what would happen. They would have smashed him, and it was only my first time. I took the weed charge. The only negative to that is that later on, they tried to make me take a drug program, because now because I never had no drugs on my record. If you get knocked and when they do your probation report and you tell them, oh yeah, I smoked weed, I did this, they write all that. Now when you go upstate and they're evaluating, they say, oh, it says you smoked weed. You're mandated to take the drug program now, because it says you told them you smoked weed 20 years ago, right? Oh, it doesn't matter. You still smoked it in your life. Now we're mandating you to take a drug program, the ASAP program. So that was the only negative to it, was that, you know what I'm saying? I say, we still stayed together. Usually they split people up. Me and Darren still went down to level 1. They bunked us in the same, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. Like, what y'all doing down here? Because they move you upstairs. Level 2 and 3 go upstairs. Level 1 is downstairs on the bottom floor. They're like, oh, what y'all doing back here? Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Dissing us and shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, but it was all love with me and Darius, man. Rest in peace to Darius, man. Rest in peace to my guy, man. That's just crazy, man. But anyway, I just want to come on here a little bit and vibe with you guys, man, and show you about solitary, man, because solitary still, you know, those times, eventually I got out. The crazy part is, I'm going to continue this in another part, but the crazy part is I got out from that, right? Went to Comstock, skinny as fuck. And within 2 more weeks, maybe 3, I was already back in the solitary, and they shipped me to... Now I went to green double bunk box, which is a whole different story for a whole different episode, okay? But so we're gonna put that, you know, we're gonna keep it in order, okay? I ended up right back in the box again, right? But that's how it is when you get caught up in the system, man. When you get caught up in that, it's crazy. You know, but the reality of the solitary part is like, you know, a lot of people talk about the physical part, or a lot of people talk about the stuff they did to people, or a lot of people talk about those type things, but a lot of people don't talk about the mental side of it. You know what I mean? The emotional side of being locked in this cage for the next, you know, year or 2 at these 4 walls, right? We all now can get up and walk out the door. We can do whatever. We have freedom. You know what I mean? Well, you can't do that in solitary confinement. There's nowhere to go. You know? And a lot of times, there's no one to talk to if you know, you're not in a double bunk, because this was new shit. Well, the rest of my solitary time was always by myself. This was new, this double bunk thing. But it messes with you mentally. It messes with you emotionally. You know, sometimes you talk to yourself, right? I'm sure we do that in our real lives anyway, but, you know, that's when I really, really realized, like, what am I doing with my life? I had already been talking to kids at this time when I was in the solitary, like years before in other jails. I had already been talking, trying to give my life, like, I know that this is my calling. I know I'm supposed to do this. But I just kept getting caught up in little jailhouse shit. That's life. That's how it is in there. That's why sometimes you go in with certain amount of time, you may not come out. They said I was like 1/8 of an inch from cutting this dude's jugular vein. Like, you know what I mean? Over a rumor. I cut the kid, but, you know, I didn't really like the kid anyway, but I thought he did something to my boy or whatever, and I didn't wait for a response. I just splashed them. That's the God's honest truth. And some of those impulse decisions that fucked me up in life, man. Like anger right away, and it's just crazy. You know, that one was actually not just anger right away. That was more planned. I planned that whole thing and almost got away with it. But again, I don't say all this to, like, on some gangster shit. I say all this shit that this is a disgusting life. I'd rather be here, home, and free in my fish tank. I'd rather be here trying to figure out this. Look, I try to get on with the Mac. I got the new MacBook. I'm not lying to y'all. Look, we got the green screen right there. I got the new mic and all of that. We got the power for it. I got the new MacBook. And I tried to come on live with the MacBook. I don't know if you guys seen a few minutes before this one. I tried to come on and it was just going screen. So I don't know if I've got to set something up or I don't know what I have to do because I'm not real tech savvy and shit. But I want to figure this out. I got the green screen over here. So we're about to do some different videos, man. You know, we're about to do some different things. You know, I got a few different things planned. So this coming year, hopefully, man, we take this thing to another level. And again, people, everyone understands I'm not here to glorify shit. I'm here to let everybody know the penitentiary is disgusting. The penitentiary is a light, and you get caught up in bullshit. And then you get thrown in boxes, and then you get beat up by police and do all this. But you know what? I'm not victimizing myself. I did all this to myself. I did all of this and probably deserved everything that I got for a lifestyle that I lived. For participating in, you know, somebody died. I ain't mean for that to happen, for the young man to die. I didn't mean that, but it happened because I was living a lifestyle that sometimes it's inevitable that happens. I was living a lifestyle where I was, you know, daily being targeted, and I was targeting daily. How these dudes talk to spin the block, no gas, you know, not put myself, I'm just telling you, I did that. So a lot of shit, I deserved everything that I got in life. I deserved everything that happened to me in my life. I'm not blaming anybody else but myself. Were there variables and aspects of it? If certain circumstances were different and of course, if I grew up in, you know, Iowa or something, my life would be different. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? You can't do that in life. It is what it is. You are who you are, and you know, the person that you are right now, a lot of times is because of circumstances that have happened in your life. Traumatic or non-traumatic. A lot of people who have traumatic stuff happen in their life, you know, it affects them through life, and it help and it carves them making decisions sometimes that are not normal to society. You know what I mean? So again, I'm not victimizing myself. Oh, Fred got beat up by the cops. Oh, no. I shouldn't have been in jail in the first fucking place. I shouldn't have been trying to be something that I wasn't. I wasn't no fucking gangster. There's real gangsters out there, and I realized that when I went through Rikers Island. Like, wow, I thought I was tough until I hit Rikers Island, yo. So I hit Rikers Island, man. I realized I'm not tough. Because you had guys that were 16, 17, 18. So just say a kid was 18, who had been in DFY, group homes, foster homes. He had been institutionalized and locked up for 6, 7 years. So even though these kids, some of these kids are 17 and 18 had baby faces, these kids have lived traumatic experiences. And I realized that they and me were different. Like, holy shit. There were some savages on Rikers Island, man. There were some savages, and now here I am, in the jungle. I don't got a rifle. I don't got nothing. Surrounded by lions and tigers, man. And this is the message I try to convey to these people, man. And I'm also there when I'm 16, 17, and you got guys that were playing adolescents that were 20, 21 years old, that had been in adolescence for 8 years, because every time they go home and they come back, they say they were 17. They would just put them in. It's different now. You could just tell her, hey, I'm 18. And they'll put your birthday as 18, and they will put you with the adolescents. These dudes were 21, 22 years old. Savages. These guys were 21, 22 years old playing adolescent, manipulating the minds of 16, 17-year-old kids. Yo, go rob him. Go cut him. And these kids is doing it. This how you want to live your life? This is why I started this shit, man. I know a lot of this is entertainment for people, man. I get it. I may not be that entertaining. I get that too. But it's not for that. I really tried to do this so I really wanted the kids to watch my shit, man. And I know some do, and I know I've helped a lot. My man Felipe Sam out there in Iowa could attest to that. And I know I've helped lots of people. I know that. But I've been through some things, including the SHU and the box. And the box is not a game. That's why when you hear about some of these dudes that was in boxes for years and years and years, and they come on YouTube and half these dudes don't know how to act. You can't, to be honest, you can't really blame half these dudes, man. When you've been locked in the cage and you've been told you're an animal for so many years, you can tell some of these dudes don't know how to act, man. And I get it, because I struggle still daily, every day. I still remember in solitary the screams. I still remember the banging. People were screaming, all fucking night. There's so many mental issues. And I'm sitting here in the solitary confinement saying to myself, what the fuck am I doing to my life? Fred, is this how you want to live your life? Fred, do you want to be a career criminal? And just for the record, I did one state bid and never went back. I've been home over 15 years. So I sat in that cell, though, and had to come to these type of realizations in special housing unit. I told you. I read Khalil Gibran's The Prophet. I was always reading. Reading's my thing. 48 Laws of Power, all of those things, man. I know I'm familiar with all of those tactics. The 48, I should go get my book. It's just in the suitcase and the thing. But I wrote them all down. I got them written down, so that's how I was studying. I would rather take it out the book. I would rather read it and read it from my handwriting. But Khalil Gibran, the prophet, talked about how people just exist. But he said, rocks exist. Trees exist. What makes you different unless you make a difference? What makes you different unless you're making a difference? I'm just going to exist. And I used to say that in my solitary confinement. I'm just going to exist and go through life and not talk about my experiences. Am I just going to exist and not give back to these kids and let them know what the fuck is really going on in here? No, so in my mind, I feel I'm making a difference. I'm trying to do more than exist. I'm trying to change people who used to know me's narrative of me. I've done that, but it takes so many years to do it. They know Fred still got some things in him, but they see the progress I've made even since I've been home. 3 kids, a wife. I pay maintenance. I'm my own boss. My life has changed because I started to do good things. I started to put them good vibes and good karma in the world. I stopped with the bullshit. Even when I came home and shit, I still came home to doing some things. And I'm like, Fred, you gotta wake the fuck up. But these certain ideas as far as like what am I doing with my life and trying to find out more, have knowledge of self, like knowledge of who I am. game in solitary confinement, man. Because sometimes you got nothing else to do but to reflect. To reflect on your life and the decisions that you have made through life. And when I sat back and I said, damn, I made some dumb fucking decisions in my life, man. I made some dumb ass choices in my life. I'm just glad I could do this. I've spoken at schools. I told you guys I've spoken at schools, junior high schools, high schools. I spoke at CUNY Law maybe last year, about a year ago. CUNY Law, Queens, Brooklyn Borough Hall, the UN. Like, I've spoken, but I wanted to bring my shit to the masses, man, and that's why I started this. I didn't start this shit for clout. You guys know I keep saying it. I have a sister who has she's up to 1.4 million now. My sister, my blood. She's up to 1.4 million subscribers, followers on Instagram. For those who don't know, Juggling the Jenkins. Just like it said, Juggling the Jenkins. That's my sister, same father, blood. I could just go on her shit, and I didn't come here for the clout. I came here to make a difference. Right? Because some people, ask me what's the difference between, I'll come to make a difference. I can't speak for everybody else on what they coming for. We're not the same. That's all. Anyway, man, I've been up here over an hour. I only want to be up here a half hour. I love you guys. I'll probably stop in. I might do a live either tonight or tomorrow night from the car. We're going to be, we drive around New York City. Depending on what area I'm in, we'll do some things, all right? I got to run. Love you guys. I appreciate it. Wait, matter of fact, let me just get real quick. Hold on. Let me get to where's the chat at? How do I look at the chat? Okay. Let me see. I didn't miss the medal. I don't miss that in the medal. Shit was loud. That's right, Caesar. Salute to Caesar. Joe's Fight Club. My boy Fred got the mods. No one could slip. Oh, yeah, I got mad mods. Yeah, you know what? Because most of my mods are people who are here regularly. I just don't, it may seem like, I have a lot of mods, because those people are loyal, you feel me? And we don't have none of that negativity over here. And that's, because we don't do that. I don't promote that. I don't produce that. I never said I was gangster killer and all this rest of this shit to get the negative. I'm just me, man. Let me see. I can't see this. Gav? I was sad I would die young in prison. What does that say? Yeah, Gav. Salute, Gav. Joe. Tectonic. Felipe. You already know. That's my guy right there. Caesar. Chill Will, my boy. Nay. Shintology. Waters Ave. Chris. Salute. Tony Park. Phil. Kenneth. Hood Stories. My guy King Rock. What's going on, man? Hope everything's good, brother. Damon Irish, I appreciate you guys stepping in, man. Before everybody leaves, please hit that like button. Dave from Ireland. Scotty. Ray. Crazy St. Louis. I'm trying to get everybody, man. If I don't, I'm sorry, man. NL Black. Jabaro. That's my guy right there. Can't see. Kern. Joe. Tony. Superstar. Food Cruise. And man, listen, if I forgot everybody, Eugene, salute everybody. I'm just trying to show love. Kenneth, Raphael, Crystal, everybody that showed up, man. I love you guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to stop by later on, all right? Peace.